Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working.
What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons here, and I want to talk to y'all today about this. When you in this cleaning franchise, right, and you out there networking and meeting other franchise owners, make sure that you are elevating yourself while you're networking and following the example of the right franchise owners. And I'm saying this because most of us that buy into this opportunity have some experience cleaning, and we may even have some experience cleaning for another franchise owner. And if you were cleaning for another franchise owner who you know for a fact was taking shortcuts, not cleaning every single thing every single time, and just pretty much not giving it 100% effort every single time they went out to clean, don't duplicate their efforts. Why would you copy that person if you know that person wasn't the best? Like, that person may have been in this business for years, because as long as you're around and consistent, you'll be okay, you know what I mean? But that's just it, you'll be just okay. You don't want to follow that blueprint of a person, and then 9 times out of 10, a person that operates like that, they probably been working out in the field in their business from the time they started, and they still are probably maybe 5 or 10 years later, which means that they don't understand business yet and they haven't figured it out. Alright, so you don't want to follow that person. You know what I mean? You need to link up with people who are examples of what you're trying to strive for. Reach out, you know what I mean? Like every locality has their successful franchise owners. Reach out to them, have a conversation with them. Don't be afraid to talk to them, and don't just call them up and talk to them for 2 minutes, ask them 2 quick questions, and get off the phone. I understand that you're trying to value their time, but you also need to value your time and understand that it's okay to talk to these people and try to make friends out of them, and it's okay to ask these people for advice, simply because most people who find success in this life usually can't wait to share it to somebody who's worthy of the knowledge being shared to. You know what I mean? So, and as long as you're reaching out to them for it, then you on the surface, you prove yourself ready. Prove yourself worthy of having the knowledge being shared to you, just because you took the initiative of reaching out. All right, but you don't want to be like these people. Like, I get employees who work for other franchise owners, and they think that just because when they work for the other franchise owner, that they can skip and cut certain corners, or they don't have to get every little thing. They think they can bring those habits over to me. And what I have to break down to them and understand is, really, I make it simple. I just kind of flex for a little bit. I throw the franchise owner of the year award in their face and say, look, yeah, that might be how you did it with him, but he not franchise owner of the year. You know what I mean? Or you might have done that with her, but that's why she's in the position that she's in. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to kind of break it down and do that for yourself as well. Like, if you see yourself cutting corners, and you following the example of somebody else that was cutting corners, you got to remember that, look, unless you want to get what that person was getting, you need to switch it up and step it up a notch. And I can give you an example. Like, I just fell victim to that not too long ago. I just got a big account. It was a huge one that I got from another franchise owner, and I kind of knew I was going to get it eventually, because this franchise owner in particular, this account was so huge, and this was their very first account in the business. So it was kind of not ideal for a new franchise owner to have that type of account. However, the master franchise owner, who's not currently the master franchise owner for us anymore, by the way, they felt that the person was fit for the account. And don't get me wrong, that person held their own in that account. They kind of went downhill once they put employees in that account. But anyway, once I got the account, I followed the lead of this former franchise owner, who pretty much told me that I didn't have to vacuum every single square footage in that account every time, because it's just so big. You know what I mean? You'll be there forever. You know what I mean? It could take you 6 to 8 hours in this one account. And he was saying, like, you don't have to vacuum every single part every time. You don't necessarily have to wipe down every time. Just focus on the dumping the trash and keeping the bathrooms and the kitchens clean. And that's kind of the model that I follow, because it kind of made sense. You know what I mean? I know that people hate for their trash cans to get forgotten, and they hate for their kitchens and their restrooms to be dirty. So I said, all right, makes sense. And within maybe after the first week, I got some feedback that wasn't necessarily the usual feedback that I get within my first week in new accounts, which is outstanding. And this one, it was just okay, but you can do this, this, and this. Then the second week, it was kind of, it's okay, but really it's not that much better than the last guy, except for he's a little bit more professional. And then I had to check myself, like, wait a minute, you know what? Why am I following the blueprint of a person who just lost the account to me? You know what I mean? Like, if this person doesn't have the account anymore, then why would I do what the hell they were doing? Like, why? Like, I gotta remember who I am and the standard that I set for myself. Just because the account is large doesn't mean that anything changes. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a large account, but it also pays a lot too. So it's not like I'm not getting what I'm getting paid to do. You know what I mean? Like, it evens out. If I want the bigger check, then I gotta be responsible for the bigger task. You know what I mean? So I had to step my game up, and that's what you got to remember in this business. Don't just think you're gonna cut corners. That's not how you. And see, some people think that's what you have to do in order to make money, but it's just not the case. You know what I mean? Because I can tell you now that I have guys who call me, and this is on several occasions. People who are in the same franchise company here locally that I'm in, and they'll call me and they'll ask me, how was I able to grow so fast? How did I do it? And it's simply putting that work in, not taking days off, cleaning the hell out of accounts. Like, that's the most important thing. Yes, I build good relationships. Yes, I'm professional. Yes, I go out and find my own accounts. Yes, I buy accounts from other franchise owners and all of that. But really, what it comes down to it is just because I simply clean my ass off. And cleaning your ass off would do it all in a franchise company in particular, because the master franchise owner will give you more accounts without you even having to ask, because they need good people that they can trust. And then another thing too, like, even if you're not in a franchise, if you just clean your ass off, you can grow through referrals as well. You know what I mean? So, and that's how I got my first house account, out of a commercial cleaning account. Cleaning the office so good, the guy wants to know if he can clean his house too, because he sees that, well, hell, if he does this every single time, he's so consistent like this, I'm pretty sure it could translate over into my house. You know what I mean? So just make sure that you're following the right people and following the right examples. All right, don't get caught up in, well, you can get away with this, or you don't have to vacuum, or, oh, well, if you really want to make some money, you got to cut some corners. And no, that's not how you do it. You get back what you put into this thing. All right, and that's with anything in life. Like, I seen, it's a meme on Instagram. When I first got on Instagram, I seen it years and years ago. Well, not years and years, but a couple years ago, it said that you can't cheat the grind. It knows how much you work. And it's just the truth. Like, whatever you putting out in this universe is gonna give it right back to you. If you grinding right now, and it seems like you going through so much, and you don't know when you're gonna get the return, the universe just stacking it all up for you, and they're gonna throw you that reward, and you're gonna enjoy it so much when it comes. You know what I mean? And if you do small little things here and there, you get small little rewards here and there. But if you just grind big and grind hard, then you're gonna get big, hard results. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Alright, so don't cut corners, man. Understand who you following and stick to the plan. Like, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a why, if you don't have a vision, you're gonna fall victim to mediocrity. You know, in this business, you'll just be another franchise owner treating this thing like a part-time job, or treating this thing like it's just a little side hustle. You know what I mean? If you treat it like it's a side hustle, you're gonna get side hustle money from it. You know what I mean? You treat it like it's a job, you're gonna get job results. You're gonna be a slave to your business. It just is what it is, alright? You know what I mean? Get your books in order. Treat it. This is a real business. Like, you gotta understand. Anyway, I ain't gonna go too deep. I'm about to go to a whole nother level. But I'll say that for another video. But bottom line is, it's a business. You need to treat it as such, and remember that. Do you want to? If you want to make a Walmart out of this thing, then why don't you follow the Walmart example? If you want to make a mom and pop, follow the mom and pop example. But the point I'm trying to make is, understand who you're watching and who you're duplicating. Because if the person isn't living the life you want to live, the person doesn't have the results in that business that you want to have, don't follow them, all right? If you want 6 figures in this cleaning franchise and your peers aren't doing that, then you might not want to follow their efforts. You know, you might not want to follow their habits, all right? Especially if they've been in this thing for years. You know what I mean? So think about this, all right? If they still in their franchise and they working every single night and they got to keep doing it, they might be doing it wrong. They probably ain't figured it out. All right, so just make sure you're conscious of who you are networking with and who you're following. And I'm not saying don't network with people who aren't making money or the type of money that you want, because you want to build your network as big as possible. And everybody has something to bring to the table. My point is, don't duplicate everybody, though. You might have somebody in your network that's real good with floors. They might not clean the offices well, but they do stripping waxes, and you can hire them for a job, or they can teach you how to do yours. All right, so don't be selective in the sense of, oh, you ain't making no money, I can't build with you. No, don't be like that. That's ridiculous. But don't copy a person, or don't duplicate your business model after a person who isn't doing it the way that you want to do it. All right, if they not at the top of the game, we ain't trying to duplicate them. We're not trying to be like them. All right, so thank y'all for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. This is my cleaning business video for the day. AJ Simmons, and I truly appreciate you guys for sticking with me, supporting me. Check out the site. I'm building it. I'm going to add more things to my online store, and I'm going to make this thing, I'm going to make it a lot easier. Also, I'm going to get back on track with the audio version of my ebook, Is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises. I had put it on hold because when I lost my other channel, I was going to sell it on YouTube. As you know, I had videos for sale on my other YouTube channel as well. But with the way YouTube works, unless you have 1,000 subscribers, you can't sell on YouTube. So I kind of put everything on hold once I lost that channel. All right, but now that I'm setting up my online store and trying to get my website vamped back up, I found a new way. So look forward to the audio book version of my ebook coming soon. And again, I truly do thank you guys for sticking with me. Leave the comments below. Let me know what you want to hear from me specifically about the cleaning franchises, because I can always use more material, and I want to also make sure that I'm answering all of you guys' questions and pertaining to the cleaning franchises and any other thing as well. But I know that talking about the just in general business related stuff is fun for me and it's easy for me, but talking about the franchise stuff, my main focus is just making sure I answer you guys' questions and lead you on the right track. All right, so leave the comments below. Let me know what you need me to answer, and if you want me to talk more about cleaning in general, I can do that as well. All right, so thank y'all for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting again. And it's AJ Simmons. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Thanks.